It is so inspiring to see the work of Peace One Day around education, and we can see why they wanted to produce today's show. Let's now speak to founder, filmmaker, director, producer of Education Live, Jeremy Gilley, and ask him a few questions on why the topic of education means so much to him. I'm so excited to hear a little bit more about Peace One Day and what they have planned for the rest of 2023. So please welcome Jeremy Gilley.
Thank you, V.
Thank you for being here with us today, and I'd really love to know, why have you chosen to raise further awareness of International Day of Education and produce this wonderful experience that I get to be a part of?
Yeah, well, firstly, V, thanks a lot. You know, it's just such an honour that you do this with us. You're absolutely incredible, and you're an inspiration to me, the team, and so many people around the world. So thank you, yeah? But listen, in 1999, when it all began, the first sort of tour we made was around England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Ireland. It was October 1999. We just launched Peace One Day. And we went straight to young people to hear their voices, to see what they would think of a day of peace and everything that we were going to try and achieve. And obviously what we were met with was huge support and a kind of an excitement that the creation of this day could create a kind of starting point for their actions towards a more peaceful and sustainable world. And so hearing the young people's voices just was so inspiring to me. And actually there's 138 countries, whatever it is now, that I've visited. We've always spoken to young people in every single one of those countries. As important as seeing UN agencies or government officials go into schools has always been crucial. And that led to us creating education materials in the 6 official languages of the United Nations, which are all free on the Peace One Day website. They were built by teachers and workshopped by teachers, both primary and secondary. And that was an amazing experience and delivery. And those materials are, of course, at peaceoneday.org, and they're free for people to use. We also, during the COVID period, built them for families, for parents, so that they would have something to do with the young people. And that was also, really successful. So education to me is fundamental to our survival, as we've been discussing today. And, there's nothing more inspirational than hearing the voices of young people and actually sitting next to somebody like you, who's just like driving education in such a major way. So, thanks for the questions and thanks for what you do.
I know, you're welcome. And I think a lot of people at home would love to know, you guys have done so much already and you're paving the way in so many different ways. So what is next? What can we expect to see in 2023?
Well, hopefully more of you. Well, actually, the world's going to see a lot more of you, that's for sure. And that's exciting. But hopefully, we hope that at Peace One Day we'll be seeing you too. But listen, what are people going to see? Well, I mean, look, this is the first of 12 shows. I mean, Peace One Day was originally creating a day of peace and broadcasting around that day. And we were doing that one event of the year. And then, of course, we moved on to doing 4 shows a year. And that's what we've been doing for the last few years. But this year we're doing 12. And so it's really exciting. In February, we'll be doing storytelling and the power of narrative. I mean, the fundamental changes that, humanity is going to have to take are going to be because an individual's heard a story. I mean, you write beautiful books, right? And we make lovely films and we hold these broadcasters. And that's all part of people being informed and inspired and engaged. So in February, we'll be looking at the whole issue of narrative. In March, it's the day for the elimination of racial discrimination. So Anti-Racism Live. In April, we're looking at AI to peace and the role that AI will play in our futures and the serious issue that is and how we need to sort of address it and talk about it, which will be exciting. In May, it's the International Day of UN Peacekeeping, which we'll be broadcasting around. Climate action in June. In July, it's the International Justice Day. In August, International Youth. September, Peace Day. October, World Food Day. 6th of November, Armed Conflict and the Environment, so the impact on the environment in relation to the wars and the impact that it's having. And then finishing 21 December with Space Transformers. So broadcasting every single month.
Wow. You guys have a very, very packed schedule, and I'm so sure a lot of young people are wondering, you're doing all of this, and how can we get involved? How can they get in on this action?
Well, listen, young people can get involved in so many ways. I mean, follow V. That's one incredible way to find out ways to be able to get involved in creating a more peaceful and sustainable world. But look, individuals, please, anybody out there, go to peaceoneday.org, look at the campaigns, look at the calendar of events that we're doing. Peace One Day has social media on, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, both on the Jeremy Gilley and of course on the Peace One Day. So there's loads of information almost every single day. We would love people to get ready for Peace Day, 21 September, in your home, community, school and place of work, plan activities, bring your friends together, sing, dance, pray, celebrate Peace Day, your way. There's so many things that you can do, throughout the year. But obviously, visiting the social media and going to peaceoneday.org are the places to go for more information.
So they need to stay connected so they can stay up to date with everything.
Now, listen, you're about to ask me something. Well, I think it's my last question. But before you do, I want to ask you something. Listen, like I said earlier, it's so amazing, V, to have you involved. And I just want you to tell me, because I've got the privilege to be able to sit next to you and hear, can you tell me about Empowered and how to live your life with passion and purpose? That amazing book that you celebrated 1 year only a couple of days ago. Tell me about that book and what motivated you to do it.
Yes, Empowered is my baby. That's like my child. I'm so proud of everything I've been able to achieve with that. And it came out a year ago and we just had the 1 year celebration, and it's kind of a manifesto for young people who want to live their life with passion and purpose. They want to take back control of their journey, their narrative, and they're tired of society telling them no, or society putting boxes around them or stereotyping them, and they're ready to plan, take action, and get the support they need. So I kind of wrote this book to represent the many and not the few, because I knew that my story and journey wasn't unique. It wasn't unique. So many people had been through it, moving country, having to relocate as an immigrant to a new place, losing your father, single parent household, lower economic status, and so many of these barriers in your way in education. And I just knew that I know I'm not the only one, and I knew that my story wasn't as special. So me sharing it meant that so many people felt seen and heard and represented, and they read about themselves, and not only read about themselves but got practical advice and tips on how to take the next steps to pursue their dreams and passions. And I just wanted to be like the big sister, like a fairy godmother of empowerment, inspiration and hope, because these young people are talented and deserving, and they just haven't had someone go, you can do this and this is how you do it. So that's what my book is, and I love it so much.
How incredible, huh? What an amazing person you are. And listen, I just want to ask one last thing, really. Empowered by V, a schools tour that's going to happen. How can a school get in touch, and how can they get you to come to their school?
Yes, so we are running a school tour because I love speaking to young people, and I realized the book was obviously amazing and was doing amazing work for the kids, but they wanted to then have further questions. So we now have this tour happening, organized by myself and my volunteers at Empowered by V. And if schools want to get involved, just email us empoweredbyv@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you and try to include you. I mean, there are a lot of schools on the list right now. I'm going to be busy in February, that's for sure. But I love it. And walking into a classroom and seeing a young person say, oh, I can't do it. They don't want to look you in the eye. And then when you leave, they're like, yeah, I'm going to take on the world. I'm like, that's why we do this. So wow. I'm very excited.
Wow. Well, I'm excited. We're all excited. Well done, V. Good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now back to you, Jeremy. Who would you like to thank as we are now closing out this beautiful show?
Well, yeah, I know we've got one more amazing guest, haven't we, in a moment. But I'd like to thank all of the individuals that have participated in today's experience. Thanks to you, V, our remarkable guests, of course, and to the Peace One Day team. They're amazing. They're behind this camera. They're in the engineering room. Tom, Luke, Charlie, Maria, Maddie, Mazzy, and so many amazing people that make all of this possible. To our partners, the Bikeability Trust, to QS, the Kofi Annan Foundation, the UN SDG Action Campaign. Thank you. Did I say Maria? Yes. God, just my number one person. I've got to make sure I thank Maria. But the SDG Action Campaign. Thank you for supporting us, all of you. Thank you for helping us share these amazing stories. We're also incredibly grateful to UNESCO, the amazing UNESCO, for all their support and encouragement on today, the International Day for Education. And we can't forget to say a huge thank you to our long-term supporters, everyone at Digitalis, to Social 360, to Signal AI, to AWS, Green Lemon Company, and Porto Novelli for continuing to help Peace One Day. But most importantly, thank you once again for everyone who's tuned in around the world. And don't forget to tell everyone about the broadcast. You can watch all the films of today on our website or on social media in the coming days. We'll play out day after day the amazing things that have happened. By supporting and sharing these important messages we've heard today, we are one step closer to a more peaceful and sustainable world. You'll be able to tune in for our next show on the 21st of February. This will yet be another incredible broadcast filled with inspirational individuals and stories for us all to hear. Take care, and here's to a productive and exciting year ahead. But stay tuned, there's one more amazing thing to happen. V, thanks, yeah?
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for those inspirational words.